Good morning. Welcome back to When Pigs Fly. I am Patty. I am joined by Tracy and Renee. Good morning, fabulous ladies.
Good
Hello.
morning.
How are we doing? Wow, lots of big energy shifts, lots of different things happening. And today we wanted to kind of hone in on the subject of telepathy, and we're going to go even deeper. This is such a fun topic because we are being called upon to now go into feeling. So, we're going to share how we experience energy. How do you read the energy? How do you feel it? And by the way, you're already feeling it. You may not be fully aware. So, we're going to try and help you connect the dots by sharing some of our fun experiences. Um, in this area. And I can share a quick story and then I want to hand it over to you guys because I know this is such a fun topic. How I use my what I would call telepathic energy, like in the grocery store. I love it. I go to the produce section and I call it guys' gifts. And I literally go, okay, this is the abundance that the earth has supplied. I see a big pile of oranges, a big pile of apples, and I literally will go by and touch it. And sometimes, you don't need to touch it, but I do because I like to cook. That's a whole other thing. But I want to see how fresh is this, right? Does it have give? But essentially, what am I feeling the energy? And then whatever I go, ooh, my body wants this, in the cart it goes. And I do that through the whole store. Oh, am I feeling that? And sometimes I'll go, oh, wait a minute. You know what? I've been putting that, almond milk in my coffee, but I don't feel like I need it right now. And you move because as our bodies get upgraded, the things that you're wanting to put in it will change. And so practice, like the grocery store is such a fun way to practice energy. I do all kinds of crazy stuff in the grocery store. I find playmates. I always say, find me one playmate while I'm shopping, and we find each other and we have a laugh. And I always leave it open. But so this is how you can play with the energy and and trust it. And it's that old oh, I was thinking of so and so and they called me. Well, that is all being enhanced now. And so that's why we're saying be mindful of what you're thinking. Like, do you really want that person to call you? Or are you trying to avoid them? So this is one way that I play with this. Who wants to jump in next?
I think Tracy, because she's really good at doing the bridges and stuff.
Okay, I'll play. And I think we've actually spoken to this many times, but I'll just reiterate a couple of my favorites because I'll say, I think you get into a place that you start to just live your life intuitively, and it makes it so easy. Patty says, make a choice list, how you dress, what you're going to eat. And if you're just really paying attention and trusting and allowing, it's fun. And even if, I was just joking, if you don't want to wear that necklace and you can't get a clasp and you're like, well, you're not meant to wear that necklace. So pick the one that is actually, calling to you, speaking to you, ask for, I feel like I just have a constant banter of my head of do this, go there. And it's fun. I love it. I also give my name, all my voices in my head, fun names like dude and dumbass. And I just say, I'm talking to aspects of me. So this is the conversation of listening to your guides, being telepathic, because if you can start to expand the knowing that there is open communication everywhere in all realms and in all, however you want to define them or language them, your guides, your higher knowing, your soul, and then start spreading that out to, oh, I'm going to hit Renee with a telepathic message. Oh, wait, tell Patty too. And I'm here to tell you it works because one of us will chime in with a text, and it's almost as if we were all thinking the same thing or we saw the same thing. So that is telepathy. That is what's happening. It's when you get the feeling, the knowing, and I would encourage everyone to start actually opening your mouth to say it, to not just have it be like, oh, I just thought that, or, oh my gosh, I was thinking that too. Or not even if you say I was thinking that too, grasp at that. Oh my gosh, that was totally telepathic. That's so
Yeah.
cool. Let's
Yeah.
do more. And I want to, Patty, you brought up the grocery store, but I have restaurants and I've been in the restaurants a lot. And there's many components to running a restaurant. And I am tapping into, we're going to say these things a number of ways. So I think a good thing to side note here is we're saying the same thing in a number of ways. And I'm going to say in this situation, I'm tapping into universal intelligence. And I'm testing myself. I'm reprogramming a computer at work. And I don't logically and consciously know where they've programmed the computer poorly or incorrectly. And I just will say something. And sure enough, I am right. And I don't know. And it's such a crapshoot, totally like, oh, I'm just going to put it out on a limb there. Like I'll order a bourbon Manhattan and I'll pull 3 waitresses or waiters and say, you order. And they all order it differently. And it all rings up a wrong price. And I was like, I knew there was something not right there, but I hope you can appreciate I didn't know. It was a goose chase. I just trusted my intuition. I used my telepathy. I asked for universal intelligence. I had enough courage to give a live stream example. I did not test it first. And sure as shit, I was spot on. So take that. You can do it. You have it. You have the same access that I have, that we have. Open it up, play with it, and trust yourself is my cliff notes there.
Love that.
Yeah, I love that. Well, that's the thing, because we always talk about like everything's energy and all that stuff, and people I think sometimes aren't recognizing. We had talked about this off camera, like as we're going back into who and what we truthfully are, especially, and I always hate to bring this up, but especially in the 5D energies, but this beautiful energy in it, and it's continuing to growing. Like, as we're in this 5D, it's still sort of, moving forward. So it's the point of don't get yourself stuck here either. But as you're doing it, and as you're, moving forward, you're recognizing like, oh my God, I just thought about you. Oh, it's so weird. I just ran into you. Well, because we're all connected in the energy field, you are very aware of somebody being near or somebody else thinking about you. So, it speaks to exactly what you were just saying, Tracy. Open your mouth and say it. Like, oh my God, I was just thinking about you. But also now, and we're going to put the energy there right now, every time you do that, you're heightening your awareness. You're heightening that knowing. The more you speak it, the more comes to you. When you're quiet and you're doing it, it's all happening, but you're not talking it. So you're giving your body that message, like, I trust you. Like, okay, I'm going to say this. And if all of a sudden, I'm looking at something, let's say you're an energy healer, because this one used to come up a lot when I used to teach. And somebody would be like, looking at the body. They're like, oh, my eye keeps going here. Your eye is going there because that's where there's an energetic block. It's not that you're just like randomly looking at something in the body. So it's that piece of like paying attention to where your thoughts are, what you're thinking. If all of a sudden you're thinking like gallbladder, okay, well, start to look at your gallbladder, speak to it, like talk to your body. The bodies are changing so much. We talked about this, off camera again. The body, we don't really have the same body, the energetic body, and even physical form that we had in 3D. Everything is shifting and changing. And I think I said this on here, where all the bodies, like the paper dolls are cut out, right? And everything's coming together. As everything's coming together, you're picturing all of these cells that were in every single body that you've ever been, okay? And they have said, if you're on this earth, today, in today's world, you have been everything. Okay, so you're a tree, you're an animal, anything and everything you could possibly imagine. So now imagine all those cells coming together as one. They all have a memory. They all have, this whole aspect of I've been here, I've been there, this has touched me, this is what I've done, this experience. It's coming in together in this energy and this now. It's not a fluke. It's not a weird experience. This is the time that it was to be, because we are now returning back home into the true power of who and what we are, the infinite possibilities. And we've talked about that before. So as those cells are coming in, what I always see is, here's the cells in our 5D for our form now, right? Okay, all these other cells and all these millions of bodies like coming in. If they're holding on to a deformed cell, like something not right in the cell, it's going to come in, it's coming home to come back to health, to wholeness, this whole aspect. You might feel an ache or pain. Like lately, I've been getting this shooting pain at night. Well, actually, I didn't get it yesterday, so it must have cleared. I had been getting this shooting pain from my foot going up into right to about my knee. And, it was painful, but I was like, oh, thanks so much. Like, I love you. Like, come back to love. We're all good. It took, probably about a week. But what was happening is those cells were coming in and they're coming back home to love. There's this adjustment period that's taking place. I didn't go into, oh my God, I gotta go to the doctor and I gotta figure out what's wrong and all that stuff. I immediately was speaking to the cells. They're all shifting, they're all changing. There's so much that we are now being called to listen to our bodies, pay attention to what's going on, speak to the body. Again, the more you're doing that, the more you're building that trust within you. And all of a sudden, exactly what Tracy said, all of a sudden, you're living intuitive. You're automatically saying, doing what needs to be done. Did you ever do anything at work or even at home? And you're like, oh my God, I don't know why I did that, whatever, a week ago, but oh, thank God I did, because look, you were getting that message. We are continually getting these messages and we don't recognize it because there's, again, once you're returning home to who and what you truthfully are and the abilities you have, it's so natural. There's not this big aha moment. There's not this big light bulb that goes on. You don't recognize about, oh my God, I noticed this. And people are looking for these big things. That's the old world. That's not the way it is. It's recognizing, looking back and saying, oh, wow, look at what changed. Look at what I don't do anymore. Or look at how much that I've actually shifted and changed. We're so used to looking at what we believe to be not right. Let's reframe that. Let's turn that a little bit like, let's start to look at all the wonderful things that are right, that's going your way. Because the more you do that, the more that energy flows to you. And this is the energy that we're in that helps to build that brings it to you easier, quicker, faster. This is where we are, the infinite possibilities. You are an infinite being of light, worthy of everything, and you have it all. Just allow yourself to be it. Right? There's my 2 cents.
Yeah, I think, again, it's an awareness of where are you, and you can also, and remember, use this if you feel like you're off course too. Because if, like Tracy said earlier, she was trying to latch her necklace. If recognize when you're square pegging in a round hole, and then say, oh, wait a minute, what do I need? Talk to your body. What do you need right now? Huh. Mine 9 times out of 10 just goes water. And you will, and go with, by the way, it's not a stop and think about it. When it drops in, go with that. That's what we're talking about, the trust, and saying, water, got it. Go get the water. Not, why do I need water? Is something wrong? Am I dehydrated? No, it's asking your body and recognizing that everything is energy. Anybody that is listening to this right now, you're here because you were drawn to it. You were drawn to it energetically. What we're giving you has so much energy in it that you can't see. But if you really tune in with yourself, this should feel good to you, because we're sharing the truth of who we are with you in the hopes that it'll help you remember more clearly the truth of who you are as well. So, like, really starting to pay attention to and just trusting that you're getting communication and talk and like, yeah, speak it, acknowledge it happened. If you don't have anybody, believe me, when I first started this journey, I didn't have a lot of people I could share with without them trying to tie me up and send me away. But I would journal it. I would write it down and go, oh, I had a cool coincidence happen today. And I stopped calling it coincidence and going, no, that is creation. That's that telepathy. That's my ability. We all have it. Don't say you're not intuitive. Don't say you can't escape it. You actually have it. And start with easy things like, oh, what do I feel like wearing? What do you right? And follow that and know that your higher self, your spirit guide, whatever you want to call it, put that in your heart for you to experience it. And that's when you know you're in alignment. I mean, for me anyway, that's my experience.
And I'd also like to point out that life is giving us many examples and opportunities to really see clearly what is happening. And give us the awareness or force us into situations. I think we've said this on air before, Renee, that you're saying the healers, it's not a choice anymore. We all just got pushed off the cliff. And now what are we going to do? And some examples that come to mind is technology failures. I have a restaurant. Our computer systems keep crashing all the time. And that could be a situation that everyone gets frustrated. To me, it's a situation of, well, let's clean up our wiring. And when I say this, I'm talking about a computer at work, but the analogy is us, human beings, clear up our wiring, clear up what we're plugged into, old systems, old programming, our data bank in the computer. Let's purge what we don't need. Okay, now back into our bodies and our belief system. Let's start purging out what we don't need. Even in the medical field, I've had so many people lately tell me how they've been to the doctor and the doctor doesn't know, or the imaging can't explain it, or they've been to 5 different specialists and they don't know what's going on, which could be construed as, oh no, what are we going to do? Or it can be, it is, and I know it is, because we are changing and we have the ability to transform ourselves, heal ourselves, use the words, take charge of our own destiny, our own entity, our own health. So this is your choice. Everyone, I'm looking at you. You get the choice right now. Which way are you going to go? Oh no, the computer doesn't work. Everything's crashing. It sucks. The doctors don't know. What am I going to do? Or, opportunity point. I'm going to choose to clean it up, defrag, unattach, empower myself. This is what I think. This is what I believe. I'm going to use telepathy. I'm going to use instantaneous, miraculous healings. I'm going to use energy work. Do you see the amazing opportunities and availability? And I'm telling you, and I know these two will agree with me, it is here. It is now. It is available. Claim it, use it, be it, do it. You got it.
Yeah.
And those of you that are going to, and I'm not bashing anybody, but those of you that are so used to going to these, I'll say retreats or things where people are like, oh my God, we're going to, do this energy and we're going to do this whole aspect. And look at science is showing us. We talked about this off thing. Science is so freaking behind us. It's crazy.
Way behind.
But yeah, what I ask you to recognize is when you go there and how wonderful you feel. That's what we talked about in the other podcast, that when you recognize that feeling, like, oh my God, I feel so light. Oh my God, this is no longer, I no longer have this. I went to the doctor. This is gone. Da, da, da. Recognize that was you. That was you doing it with the collaboration of everybody in that room. It's an energy aspect. Everybody went to that thing thinking, oh my God, this is going to be amazing. This is going to, for me, this is what I wanted to happen. And I'm pretty sure that, they tell you like, what's your intention? Okay. So put your intention every day. What is your intention to feel like, to be, to have? I've had a lot of clients that, oh my God, I had stage 4 cancer, and are now healthy and free. They didn't go down that other road. You don't have to go down the road. Exactly what Tracy just said. You have a choice. What are you choosing? The energy is here to support every aspect of you. Feel it. Feel that beautiful wave, like, boom, just like coming at you now, because it's here to awaken every aspect and say, stop being this human being and be this beautiful spiritual being that you are. And taking this physical body onto a whole new journey of love and light, and teaching every aspect of yourselves what you want it to do. What do you want it to be? And if you're thinking something's wrong, start to play with it. Start to play, okay, I've heard, I've got this, or I'm having a problem with, whatever, thyroid or whatever. Okay, I'm going to go into that thyroid, and I'm going to just now pour that health and that beautiful miracle energy and everything. Because believe me, when you say it, when you think it, believe me when I say it happens. That's what's going on. Don't think, oh, I'm saying this is not happening, because now you just stopped it. So it's that piece of just start to practice, because your system knows what you're capable of, your soul, your whatever you want to call it, higher self, whatever. You have to get on board with it now. Allow yourself to think of all those infinite possibilities and just be this beautiful, healthy, whole body of light. And say it. Say, like, I'm healthy and whole. And feel what that feels like, and sort of bring it in. Like what I was doing this morning was, I can't remember what it was I was writing, but I actually took my finger. I was listening to the Om chant on my headphones, and I actually took my finger and I started to write on my body, I am whole and healthy. Because remember, we're water. It goes right. I was literally like writing it all over different aspects of my body, and I was like, "Wow, this is crazy cool." I don't know why I'm doing it, but okay, cool. And I could feel, and it could have been some of the Om chant too, but you could feel that vibration, that frequency moving. When I started to write on my body with my finger, there was definitely a different shift there. So just start to play and practice. Like, what do you got to lose, right?
Nothing. It's what do you want to create,
Yeah.
right? And you're and yeah, and what do you want to experience and really again play with this direct, you have the ability to direct energy. That's the creative energy and have fun with it. Have fun with it. Like it's real. It's absolutely real. And again, use discernment too, and just how do we know if this is intuition versus, right? Am I in my logical brain? Because one's a whisper, and like I said, it comes in like, and you go, whoa, where did that come from? That's your intuition. And you can use energy. I play this when I'm in groups. I'm in groups like later, I'm going to a pottery class for the first time. So I'm going to be around people I don't know. Well, I love to sit and say, okay, what energy is coming from this one? What energy is coming from this one? And if I feel any heavy energy, I'm like, I got to expand my shit right now because I want everybody to have the same fun that I'm having. And I expand. That's the experience I want to have. And you have the power to hold that and have that experience where the person next to me could be saying, oh, someone over there is chewing gum and that's annoying me, or right, why are they asking so many questions? You can go that path and that's going to be your experience. So choosing your energy and choose the experience you want to have and set yourself up for that. And that's the fun.
Mhm.
And I think what's coming to me here is be willing to be the one that forges the path. Be willing to be the one that was considered crazy until the day they were considered a brilliant genius. If you're in this conversation and you're here, obviously you have something in you that is resonating with the work of energy and expansion and 5D and all the words that we can, put on what's happening here. But I think the more people, which is, by the way, happening right now, this is why we're exponentially having access to greater energy fields and to more spirit guides and beings being around us, and the telepathy and the all kinds of crazy fun things that are available for us now. If you really want it, then be the one to forge the path, to know that it is all accessible. And like Patty says, throw play into the mix. And I don't know, I feel like we all have hit a really good point in this conversation. So hopefully everyone is
Yeah.
receiving it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and don't care what you gotta let go of other people's opinions of you are none of your business. Um, Last week I went to my favorite sushi bar and the sushi chef, he literally looked at me. I wasn't even there for 3 minutes. He goes, Patty, you're weird. And I said, I know. I said, and I'm free from trying to be that quote unquote normal, which was a pain in the ass. And he stopped for a second, like, wait a minute. I said, I'm not trying to be normal. Absolutely. Thank you so much. And he could down, by the way, and he's amazing. And then he fed me like I was a dolphin at a dolphin rescue. He was throwing great fish at me. Yeah, fish after fish after fish. So he embraced my weirdness. And like to me, it's weird. I see as this is my unique gift is to be and like do you and step into it and know that it can be fun and don't other people's opinion. You know your business, and that gets you down the road a lot quicker, Renee.
Absolutely. And yeah, I just want to like touch base when Patty was saying she just expands her energy. I know for me, it's just a thought, right, Patty? You're just thinking, I'm just expanding this energy. It's
Yeah.
not a whole process, correct?
No, exactly. No, and it's from the heart though. I literally go, okay, heart space. I picture a light, and then I almost see like light that just dissolves even the boundary of my body, and it just goes and then everything is just, yeah, that's how I just got chills just doing it now. But oh yeah, it's like boom, it's a decision. It's a decision. Ooh. And it's like there's a stillness. I can't, you can't be in your head. And if I'm not there and there's a lot of energy around me, I do the 3 deep breaths. And then I go, okay, now let's expand from here. And then I know I'm there and I'm like, oh yeah, now I'm in the fun zone. Let's go. And you can see like that's how fast I get in the fun zone. And anything can be going on around me and I can go there and I access that. Yeah. And sometimes it's peace. Believe it or not, I do peace also.
We like the fun, but peace is always good too. I always like picture like in the morning, like I'll say, I'm safe and protected. And what I see is this bubble around me. And when I say safe and protected, that means like this energy of love, of health, of peace, of calm. That's all here. Like that's, like in other words, nothing else is coming in. I'm safe and protected. This is it. And when I'm going places, because you never know what energy is going to be elsewhere, especially when you go to a grocery store. A lot of people are like, oh my God, everything's too expensive. I don't want to walk into that energy. I want my peaceful, calm energy to go in and get what I feel I need in love. Not, oh my God, I'm looking at this price and, oh, this is too crazy. I don't even look at the prices. I'm like, no, because I know there's going to be more than enough. I have more than enough. This is it. And putting things in there. But when I'm going, I will literally see like, my bubble is all around me. It's almost like it's got this path in front of me. Like, so it's creating this, it knows exactly where I'm going. And there'll be times like, I'll be like, I want to go this way, but all of a sudden I'm like, nope, I got to go this way for some reason. It's like, okay, I'm just going to go with it because I know my soul knows what it's doing, or I know intuitively, this is where I want to be. But that's like, if know that you're, my version, safe and protected, and your energy doesn't want to be, and even if you feel something else coming, exactly like I said, I'm just like, no, that can't be in here. That's like, come on, expand out again. And, or I say, like, sometimes I'll start to be pulled out of my bubble and I'm sort of, rude and crass, like if you haven't noticed already. So I'm like, get back in the fucking bubble. I'm like, where do you think you're going? Like, get back in here. And I'll feel like this little, like, whoop. I'm like, okay. But just picture, like, everywhere you go, you are safe and protected. You're making the choice to go into another energy field if it's affecting you. Get back in your bubble. Get back in there. Know that path is being forged. It is clearing out the way for you. It's like, okay, you're coming through. Your energy is here. Somebody can cross it. They're in their own damn bubble. It doesn't, it's not staying in yours. Yep. It's all a thought. What are you choosing? Know that the minute you say or think it, it happens. Don't make this a process. Don't say, I got to do this. I got to do that. No. If you're like, what the hell were they saying on there? What am I doing with my energy? Like whatever they were saying, that's what I want to do now. Trust me when I say, all of a sudden your system does it because it knows you might not remember it in the human form because your mind is going, well, no. We haven't done that before. We're supposed to be, going into this crappy energy. Your body knows if you don't remember what people are saying, whatever that was, that's what I want. Your body knows what it is. It'll do it. That makes sense?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm glad you're rocking your happy bubble too, Renee.
I want to expand before we skip on though, because the bubble I love, but also I think we've talked about this. I work with what works for you. I love the bubbles, but, and I use them, but also energy grid work. I started seeing a while ago and I use it a lot and I use it on my house and on my car and on my kids and on my husband and on my businesses. And the more you ask for it, understand it, work with it, the more accessible, palpable, you'll see the results. So expand it even more to your life. It's all your creation. It really is. Your entire life is your creation. So, and even more and even better and even more and even better with the bubbles and the grid works. And a lot of waves are coming in lately. Wave patternings. Can't speak too much about it yet, coming soon, but there's
momentum.
Cool,
we need waves to build momentum.
So there's so much to play with and you're the creator. So yeah, like I said, my kids, husband, they're probably dizzy all the time. Like, what is she doing to my field? I'm like, yeah,
And it's always in their highest and best good because the highest self always brings it in. And if that person can't accept it in that moment of time, it goes into the reserve body. And then it gets flooded in when they're able to receive. So don't think we're screwing around people's energy that they don't want. No. The higher self always says yes, always says, bring it on. We'll infuse it when this person is ready.
Yeah. Yeah. And we have free will. And yeah, so again, it's a choice if you entangle. If you entangle, that's a choice. Like that you're literally saying, oh, okay, I'm jumping out of my happy bubble because I'm going to go get entangled in somebody that's on their journey. You can just have compassion for it. You like whatever's going on, give them love. Send them love. Send them love. And like, yeah, I'm just like not just expanding my energy. I'm like, how can I expand the happy bubble? Who wants to jump in and play today? I'm like, bring me more playmates because that is like we're all returning to like that's how I play with unity consciousness. I'm like, ooh, let's get some playmates going in the bubble. And and that is the true cycle of giving and receiving all at the same time. Like you're giving love and you're getting it back just like that. And that's abundance. That's like we could go on and on and on. Any closing thoughts? And Renee's got something brewing.
No, I think just, honor what feels right. And when you're into anything that you don't want to be in, recognize it's your choice. If you hate going to work, put that beautiful, fun energy grid over everything. Like let it happen, or your bubble, or whatever it is, like do it. Like you'll be amazed at what starts to change in your life. Be consistent with it. Don't stop doing it, even when things start to go right. Continue to do it, continue, and it will grow and expand into new things. And you'll take what we're saying into a whole new level, and that's what we want you to do.
Yeah. And
Trace?
trust.
This might be a to be continued topic because Patty mentioned two things that really kind of jammed me up for a while: free choice and people's journey. And I really had serious conversations with the powers that be about that because there was a disconnect. And what I discovered for me is a lot of people's free choice and their journey has been hijacked by 3D matrix
Yeah.
fear-mongering systems and beliefs. So I just want to say, sometimes people would say that to me, and I'm like, there's an element of bullshit in there that I'm not buying. And I had to discern that for myself. So that's the 3D to 5D. That's a conversation we spoke to. But just so you know, the hijack of free choice and people's journey is being dismantled, which is good. So there will be a clearer version of free choice and a journey that's not so polluted with crap.
Yeah. And the
Awesome.
context, yeah. And the context in which I was speaking, and that the other, I was talking in reference to other people's energy and that's there. And again, yeah, if you're feeling like they're in the 3D, it's because of exactly what Tracy was just speaking to. They're operating their free will choice is based on a fear matrix that's now dissolving. And then now they have the opportunity to come forward. So it's so important to see where you're at and independent of people, everybody that's around you, even just like really, you got to go within, and it's your energy and your light. It's not coming from another. This is your energy and your light. And so it's like we're just encouraging you to tune into it, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Well, great discussion, ladies. Thank you. And Tracy, I agree. I think we're going to keep this one going on another episode. So we love your comments. Thank you for subscribing and liking. And I'll see you, lovely ladies, next episode.
Bye.